When God said, "Touch not my anointed," who do you think he meant? How do we know in our interactions who is anointed by God, who walks with spirit, who is guided in the flesh? Recently, I have been called to many situations, people, places, and I know that I'm there to assist in some capacity. And we all have a divine purpose. We're all here with a divine walk. Okay, now it's true that some people's are more simple than others, you know, to get up every day and go to work and provide for your family and come home is consistency and it's probably a good life. Okay, I've not ever really known that kind of life. But everyone is here on some kind of purpose, right? Whether that's to bring forth souls or to interact with people that you work with, interact with people at the grocery store. So what you see in the flesh may not be who people really are in the spirit. And I want to bring that forth today because I recently saw something where someone said we need more helpers. And that's probably true. Um, but you don't know who's helping who and who's helping where and when. And just keep that in mind, okay? Because I move when I'm told to move. And recently God has really been sitting on me. And there's a call there that is bigger than I think I even want it to be right now, and that's a hard thing to say because I know that I'm standing out here alone. And I hate to say that, but I am literally almost standing alone. But for the past 5 or 6 years, I have stood in my truth. And that is a very, very hard thing to do. To be called to stand against the norm, to be called to speak about things that we normally don't speak about because the time is coming where we're going to have these conversations. The world is shifting. History is being written. Be kind to people and understand that their walk is not your walk and that you don't have to understand their walk and that you don't have to see where they're helping or where they may, be sabotaging or where they may be excelling because those things are not for you. As long as you are in your lane, we're going to be okay. Everybody has to stay in their lane, but we have to maintain some kind of consistent speed, okay? Because we don't want to crash. and right now, we're trying desperately not to crash, and I know that. We all are. I don't know, guys, and I say that a lot, that I don't know, but the truth is that I do know, and I know a lot that I've been sitting on. I know that I put myself out there multiple times and that I've had mixed results, but things are going to have to come to the fore. If you would like to talk about diet, exercise, things that are going on in your life, know that I am ordained. Know that, no, I'm not, an entity, okay? I don't work for a counseling service. I don't have a mental health degree. I do have a degree in religion and philosophy. My intuitive gifts are usually very on point. And that is probably another reason that I haven't been putting myself out there because it is a lot. And it can sometimes trigger people. I know that sometimes I'm called into situations where I am there to trigger people, to shift their perspectives. And that doesn't always leave people happy when they leave my conversations. But you don't have to be happy. Maybe you have to have a new perspective, because as the world shifts and changes, we're all going to have to get a new perspective, right? So be on the lookout for classes. If you'd like to talk about things like thyroid disease or fibromyalgia, okay, or neuralgia, those are not really diseases. Those are symptoms. And we've really been duped into believing that we should be medicated for like the rest of our lives for these things, but they're really symptoms of underlying problems. A lot of fibromyalgia is actually psychosomatic. So anyways, I hope y'all are having a good night. Just remember, keep walking your walk, show up when you're supposed to show up, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. I'll see you guys later.